It is lacrosse season here on Long Island on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And today we raise the curtain with the top 10 national clash as the Eagles from Culver, Indiana, ranked number 9 in the country, take on the Friars of St. Anthony's, coming in at number 4 in the country. Today's showdown is sponsored by Trophy Hut, Long Island Press, and Heron Law. Trophy Hut is a complete awards center established since 1971 with over 50 years of experience providing high-quality, personalized recognition products to customers in the professional, collegiate, and high school markets. The company specializes in custom trophies, plaques, medals, certificates, acrylic awards, crystal items, chenille letters, banners, custom signs, display cases, and more, all with personalized engraving, logos, and designs to bring ideas to life through one-on-one service. On-site graphics artists and production teams. Visit www.trophyhut.com. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside Brian Soper. We already have one game under our belt. Of course, we did that great Harvard Marquette game at Chaminade, but now the high school season begins. And what a way to start our broadcast season with a battle of top 10 nationally ranked teams. Culver, St. Anthony's, a slew of Division I talent. Soap, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah, the crowd's piling in. Two great teams, two really respected programs, but some different changes, right? You have St. Anthony's, kind of some new guys, some new faces in spots, right? First year Coach Euchre at Culver. It's going to be very interesting. The eyes of the lacrosse top 25 are on us today, and it's just great to have lacrosse back here on Long Island.
All right, so you led me into my first point about Culver as we take a look at the Eagles now on the field. So Culver, as you said, there's a new general in town, right? In Coach Euchre. Keith Euchre, first year, spent a ton of years in the college game. So it's been a lot of implementing new systems on the offense, on the defense, and having these guys get to kind of know his way. But one thing that hasn't changed, so is the culture at Culver as well as the high-end elite level talent.
The roster's just riddled with D1 talent and a really great mix of young, old dynamic. You got some seniors, you got some super sophomores that are top recruits in the class. You got a great goaltender, Culver, right? Really built on tradition and hard work. And Coach Euchre's bringing his experience from the college ranks to the high school ranks, and that could be very scary for the opponents.
This is a Culver team that has about a month lead up to what St. Anthony's has. They are 2-0. They went down to Texas. They beat Dallas Jesuit 12-7. And then Highland Park, coached, of course, by Mike Pressler. That was also a 12-7 result. So Culver is cooking a little bit right now. The bunch of scrimmages as well. A little more experience at this time of the season than St. Anthony's. And two guys they're going to be relying on today, Soap, to help lead them here. It is our Trophy Hut players to watch.
Yeah, Cormac Skane, right, heading to UPenn, a senior, old school midi, utility knife, a captain of this squad. The Skane name needs no introduction. Lacrosse, sister Izzy, brother Griffin, he's second team All-Ivy. Izzy, two-time Tewaaraton winner. Cormac, UPenn, great player. Flint Leverett, are you kidding me, on defense? 6'2", 205, day one leader for this squad. You know, you heard a name like Jack Stahl tearing it up for Princeton. He's going to be heading there next year. And following the great line of defensemen for Culver, right? Nick Menendez will be playing down the street at Howard Middle School for Duke. Culver knows defense, and Leverett is as good as it gets.
So those are the leaders here today for Culver. Now we talk about St. Anthony's a little bit. It's the first game of the year for the Friars. The last time we saw them competitively, of course, they rallied to beat their rivals in Chaminade out at Hofstra to win another Catholic League title. But as you said, there's been changes, right? The Alpha, who is Gary Merrill, he's not here now, right? So it's a lot of the guys who had supporting roles last year looking to step up. What they do have, though, so in addition to the usual high-end lacrosse talent, Division I stars everywhere, is they've got depth. Probably not as much depth as they've had since Owen Duffy was over here on this field.
Yeah, depth, athleticism, a very close, cohesive group. Last year lost a couple of games in a row. People were like, oh my God, they figured it out really well. They've won all their matchups historically against Culver, and they're looking to start the season with a win here against the top 10 opponent.
And two guys they'll rely on here this afternoon if they are able to get that win. On the left, it is Danny Rooney. On the right, Ethan Bramoff, our players to watch, sponsored by Trophy Hut.
Yeah, a bunch of two Terps, right? Both of these guys are going to be heading to Maryland to play for Coach Tillman. Rooney, 51 points, kind of assumed that quarterback role of the offense last year. He's back. He's bigger, stronger. And then Ethan Bramoff does it all. Just a fun guy to play with, brings the energy on a daily basis, 45 GBs. Might see him down low at pole. You never know. He's looking to wreak havoc wherever he goes. This is the senior leadership that Coach Weiserich's talking about, this cohesive group. It starts with Rooney and Bramoff just wearing some different numbers today, 55 and 66.
So let's meet the starters in this game. First for the visitors from Culver as they're in their final huddle before the start of this one. It's Lamoureux, Kennedy, and Sueda. Up top, we'll also see a lot of Riley Woods, who is super dynamic. Your first midfield of Hayden Delaney, Cormac Skane, Parker Prater. You see at LSM, really talented player there for them. Andrew Scarlett, one of the two Scarletts on this team. You mentioned Leverett, Barrett Carter, Max Pasquale, and in the cage, Soap is a guy who almost needs no introduction in Bodie Harmon, the junior Duke commit.
Yeah, Bodie Harmon, as good as it gets, 6 foot, 175, vocal, the heart of the defense with Leverett. Right, he meets with Coach Euchre every Tuesday. I've watched a lot of film on him. My comp for him is Greg Catrano, right, played down at Ward Melville. Lefty, stands in there and also likes to catch it and clear it on his own.
Head coach of Culver, first season, Keith Euchre. See it there at a Loyola Blakefield class of 94, a terrific playing career. Spent the last 3 years as an assistant and the OC at the College of Holy Cross. Before that, a volunteer assistant at BU. His assistant coach is Joe Terrio, is his OC, Brandon Davenport at faceoffs, and Patrick Johnston. He is the varsity head coach. This is the prep school team. We'll take a quick break. We'll get the St. Anthony starters, keys to the game, and the faceoff when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And it's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves. When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Cy Donnelly Field, anthem and prayer almost ready for the start of this one. So let's take a look at the starters now for St. Anthony's. A lot of familiar names, right? Danny Rooney, Charlie Caciabato, Sean Ronayne is your starting attack line. Dylan Harrington, Jake Johnston, and Anthony Mancaruso on your first midfield. Ryan Lasko steps in as that replacement for Parker McDonald at LSM. Your close D of Ethan Bramoff, Patrick Herron, and Dave McHugh. And our starting goalie, sponsored by the Long Island Press, it is Dylan Rappaport.
Yeah, boy, was he good at the end of last year in that Chaminade game. Senior from Rockville Center, 60% last year, heading to Loyola. He's got the size, he's got the confidence and athleticism. Going to look to have a great senior year for St. Anthony's.
All right, let's take a look at our keys to the game. Oh, sorry, Keith. We'll get back to you, buddy. Trying to fly through here. Our keys to the game sponsored by Trophy Hut.
Yeah, Culver wants to follow our system. Play the game, not the name, right? They know it's St. Anthony's. They want to do what they do. New system, new coach. Play their style. Don't worry about making mistakes. Can't play like that. St. Anthony's, full game out of Johnson at the X. Hurt last year, a lot of last year, right before this Culver game. Limit unforced turnovers on the ride and clear, especially in your first game out. Those things are tough. And limit Culver to one-shot possessions. 1 and out. Make saves clean. GBs, get out. Give it to your offense.
And there is the head coach, Keith Weiserick, 27th season, 1986 graduate of St. Anthony's High School, a 355-80. Overall record, 15 CHSAA championships. Time now for the first face-off of the game, sponsored by Heron Law.
Yeah, you got Jeff Stanfast, sophomore, absolute beast at the X, and Robbie Johnson going to UNC. Dynamic, explosive at the face-off X, looking to have a healthy season. He's the key to St. Anthony's this year, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, so it was the third face-off of the season opener last year. Suffered a bad hamstring injury.
Yeah, you see the GP by Andrew Scarlett, that's junior, going to Hopkins.
So good to see a healthy Robbie Johnson, as now it is Culver on attack. Their numbers are pretty simple, so they had 2 12-7 games, so that's what they're averaging per game right now. A lot of different weapons here for Culver on attack. Lowering the shoulder there is PJ Kennedy. Now the swim to the left, back to Kennedy. Sidearm shot, and Rappaport makes the first save.
That's a great sign for St. Anthony's. Nothing like that first save of the season for the goalie. And that's a talented PJ Kennedy trying to go low to high. Future Greyhound says not today.
There's Jake Johnston. Captain, pocket knife kind of kid to Harrington. Dylan Harrington, he's got the short stick matchup. They work it to X. Here is Mancaruso. What a football season he had in the fall, did Anthony. He's heading to UNC. And here comes Harrigan, the Maryland commit, feeds the crease, and that's where Charlie Caciabato really does so much of his work. That shot is wide.
Yeah, great hands, Caciabato, UNC heading there as well, catches everything inside. We saw a pretty good crease guy, Spidell, playing at Chaminade last week. Some comparisons to him in terms of his ability to catch the ball.
Little shake and bake by Mancaruso. Hits the turf. It'll stay with the Friars, and 12 seconds on the shot clock. 30 is Ronayne. A year ago was on the second midfield. Here's Johnston working it to X. Jake Johnston tries the backhanded shovel there as the shot clock expired.
Good defense by Culver. You saw them go a little bit, sliding adjacent, making it tough, crowding the Dodgers. Deep ride for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, we'll expect a lot of riding as well from Culver. That is the culture that even was here before Euchre got here, and he loved to see that was the case, right?
Yeah, Euchre spent some time in early days with Michigan, BU, Holy Cross, right? Some 10-man stuff, a lot of aggressive riding.
That is Skane, who works it to X. Kennedy again gets topside.
Hit the pipe.
It did hit the pipe.
Yeah, PJ Kennedy is just a sophomore. 2 shots by him already. 6'2", 185. His first year here at Culver, coming from Pope John Paul II, coached by his dad, Pat, who was a great player at Syracuse. 10-man. Culver's in the 10-man.
Oh, and it goes in! The pressure applied by Sueda, and it is Culver that takes the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, there you see it, 10-man, right? It's the rage. Every college mostly is doing it. You see Culver doing it. Harmon's out of the goal. Kind of 3 attackmen there. Sueda gets a piece of it, swats it in.
So Sueda, the sophomore from Hunker,
Goal scored
Pennsylvania.
by number 21, Nate.
What a trip it's
Sueda.
been for him. He's come a long way since September to earn that starting spot. And right now playing some of his best lacrosse, and you can see it there. Opportunistic, earns that goal, and it is the Eagles with a 1-0 lead.
Definitely doesn't look like a sophomore, 5'10", 185. Strong right-handed player. You see him getting it done there in the ride. That's got to make Coach Euchre really happy.
And already the change there for Culver against Johnson. You saw the switch to Russell Bosick, the freshman, and another win for Robbie Johnson.
Yeah, you saw Aiden Dale, number 5, the sophomore.
And there he is.
Yeah, he came off the wing and laid the boom. Picked up a GB. Watch his speed out there. Going to be a very highly touted player.
Yeah, Dale stays on, and the shot is in. And there is the response by the Friars and Harrigan.
Yeah, Harrigan, a future Terp, 28 goals last year. Boom, right short side. Catches the lefty goalie Harmon. Playing his, Coach Weiserick said he thinks that Harrigan is a natural midi. You see that left-hand complete player sticks it by the ear of Bodie Harmon.
Yeah, 28 goals a year ago for Harrigan, who had an early ankle injury, so that really never quite recovered. I was getting taped up a lot and getting worked on a lot before the start or throughout the entire season. Another one of these guys who is healthy right now. Stanfast gets his first win at the Face-Off X.
Yeah, you just see the size of Stanfast. Sophomore, oldest of the triplets, was a AAA hockey player, really now focusing on lacrosse, and that's scary, that his face-off upside the next few years.
Yeah, so there's 4 sophomore Stanfasts on this team as that low to high rip by Parker Prater sails over, but 3 have reclassified.
Yeah, you see Prater, senior, going to Syracuse, known for his shooting ability and stretch shooting.
That is Hayden Delaney.
You got a hung situation here.
Working off the pick. PJ Kennedy, high pass, trying to get it back to Prater.
That's a really good matchup, right? Heron going to Navy, the lefty, playing the strong right-handed sophomore. Something to watch this game.
Low to low, and there is Rappaport again with the save.
Yeah, Rappaport's been on it, locked in. Skane went kind of, sidearm low.
And here's Bramoff, quick transition, and the shot sailed wide by Bruni.
Incredible job by Bodie Harmon in the cage, selling out. You see that leadership, you see his energy from the goalie position.
And also you saw how quickly St. Anthony's can go from defense to offense.
Yeah, get it to Bramoff.
Talk about size. In the defensive midfield position, that was Jackson Ridgway. Bound for Vassar, the senior.
Yeah, very athletic, big, strong kid.
They work it to X. Another hung situation here. Can they capitalize? The inside roll think Rappaport might have got a piece of that. Loose ball in front.
That was a good slide by David McHugh.
Now the scrum coming away. Culver gets the ball.
Yeah, Lamoureux, Yale. One of those crafty Canadians that Coach Euchre said are just so good and scrappy on GBs.
Sueda, he's got the first goal.
Yeah, don't let him get to his right hand.
And now he tries the same sort of a backhanded shovel. No backup. So St. Anthony's with the ball.
Yeah, 10, looks like 10-man. Looks like the sideline puts their sticks up here. But Harmon's out of the cage. So they're three.
This is the other guy you wanted to try to get it to, but dispossessed was Reichert, and quickly the other way, and again the 10-man causing havoc as P.J. Kennedy gets the goal.
Yeah, Kennedy, one of the top recruits in the class. It's the 10-man. They go
Culver
3
goal
down,
scored by
4
number
across.
22, PJ.
Just Reichert trying to run it out. It's very difficult against the 10-man to do that. The 10-man's designed to not let that punt return clear happen. 2 for 2 in the 10-man for Culver.
Switch at the face-off X now for St. Anthony's. We see Paulie Lenigro facing off.
for St. Anthony's, Paul Lenigro.
And going early was Culver's Russell Bossick. And that's the thing, too, the riding and the clearing. It was something that Weisrick mentioned to us. It's that last bit.
Pressure ride.
Yeah, there it is again. Resulting in a turnover. But that's the last part that you kind of install as a team. And that's a concern that he had coming in, especially against this Culver team.
Yeah, we've had a lot of snow, right? And just, it's tough. It's tough in the short preseason to get everything in. Not only a 10-man, but a 10-man with like 10 Division I guys doing it is really tough.
There's a handoff. Good pressure right now by the Friars.
Been really impressed with their patience, Culver, in the 6-on-6. They've gotten good looks. Rappaport's been just a little bit better in the 6-on-6.
This guy's been dialed in as well from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Rappaport, another save.
Yeah, keeping them around.
That's Lasco to Ronayne. And now St. Anthony's can get their offense going.
Yeah, that was a really good stop. That was Prater. You see that left hand. He's very good at getting his hands free, whether it's splits, picks, getting under. Known for his shooting ability. That's a great stop by Rappaport.
And now here comes the super soft, Aiden Dale.
Yeah, speed. Watch the speed here.
Dale fakes the pass, lowers the shoulder, and works it to X. Ronayne there, up top to Rooney. Rooney, another one of those guys, just had battled injuries throughout last year, but once we saw him get healthy late, you could see how dynamic he could be.
Yeah, Leverett drawing the Rooney matchup.
There's Mancaruso.
It's going to be interesting watching Leverett. He's so good at timing double teams.
6 on the shot clock. Cacciabato off the bar.
Yeah, you see how dangerous he is inside. Caught that one right-handed, natural left-handed player. Look out here. Culver looking to push.
Yeah, Ridgway. Kennedy lost it. Good stick check. And now here come the Friars the other way.
Yeah, good start to this game by Heron.
Cacciabato! You mentioned it started with Heron on the defensive side. Riker gets the ball, and then Cacciabato with the finish.
Yeah, nothing like, the first game, right, showing that you've been working on that right hand. Reichert finding inside Cacciabato, gets it with his right. Unbelievably well-placed shot by him in transition. Friars are like, Culver, you want to run? We can run too.
Cacciabato was kind of that fourth attackman last year who saw time. Gio Massaro, of course, graduated, went to St. Bonaventure. Cacciabato, out of Garden City, the senior, 7 goals a year ago, but he's going to play a major role on this St. Anthony's attack this year. Stand fast with the face-off win. Still with it. Scrum in front of Rappaport's cage.
That's what Bramoff's so good at, a little hockey.
Yeah, he's like, I got this one, Dylan. No problem.
Yeah, he's very good at batting the ball to space.
Coming out of the box there, you saw Prater.
Yeah, Bramoff pushing up to play Prater.
Now Hayden Delaney goes downhill. Delaney! Save, Rappaport. Rebound! BTB, goal. Lamoureux.
Yeah, great first save by Rappaport. The junior from Ottawa is like, I got this off the rebound. Picking it up. Right, nice save here. Bodies it. Whoop! Right around the back. Yale commit. Going to follow Sean Grogan there. 12 goals, 6 assists for Yale. To go play for Coach Shea.
Yeah, Lamoureux, the junior. Really good sense of the game. Tough. Another one of those Canadians will get the ground balls you need.
Yeah, super skilled.
Clean win for Robbie Johnson. Johnson, Fogo goal, no, just wide.
Yeah, that's the danger that Robbie Johnson brings. He's explosive, dynamic, can exit both ways.
We go back to Dale. Here's Billy Atkinson, part of that second midfield unit.
Yeah, Culver gives you no space. Look at this, they're pressuring out to the sidelines, to the midline.
There's Alex Chalifo, junior out of Islip. And now Dale, you mentioned speed personified. Good pressure on him, which had affected his shot. He goes high, but the ball stays with the Friars.
Yeah, one of the best sophomores in the country going against one of the best junior D-middies, right? It's Ford Siegfried. Junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, going to Army. Look at this matchup.
He's got the shorty. Dale still on it, rounds the cage, the feed. Cacciabato. The shot was saved by Harmon.
Yeah, Cacciabato just getting open. He's following the slide there. Nice job by Dale to find him. Good save by Harmon.
As a result, we'll have 60 on the shot clock.
Harmon just so explosive and tight as a goalie. Really makes you have to beat him.
Here's Chalifo. Chalifo, I think it caught that near pipe.
Yeah, sometimes as a goalie you don't expect those like low angle shots. They've been catching Harmon a little bit off.
Inside the final minute of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's Max Pasquale, 13 guarding the ball, going to BU.
And now Dale pumps the brakes, tries to get top side, really harassed. The look goes down low. The spin from X, the backhanded shot attempt. And we will stay with the Friars. Atkinson hands off to Chalifo. 20 on the clock. Step down, bouncer, save by Harmon.
Yeah, got that one off, little off hip, off high, bounce shot.
And Harmon slings it downfield. It will go down the length of the field
At the end of the first quarter.
as the first quarter comes to an end. But so, the Culver boys, they have come to St. Anthony's, not messing around here.
Yeah, sometimes it's just an old school ride, little 10-man, pick it off, like swatting flies into the net. Good start by Culver. Both teams looking sharp offensively. Goalies have had to be real good here in the first quarter.
3-2 Culver after one, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Back at Cy Donnelly Field, Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew start of the second quarter, and it is Culver with a 3-2 lead. Goals by Bryson Lamoureux, PJ Kennedy, and Nate Sueda for the Eagles. Goals for the Friars by Charlie Caciabato and Dylan Harrigan. Stanfest at the face-off X against Johnson. Reichert, nice scoop. Lasco, the feed, and look at that! Tic-tac-toe, boom! Caciabato with the finish.
Yeah, Cacibato's been all around the net today so far, but it starts with a real physical job. Robbie Johnson, right, gets it up to Lasco, the BU commit. Rooney, one more. Caciabato low and away. Unbelievable start to the second quarter by St. Anthony's. Really starts at the face-off X. Has been really physical on the wings. You see what Robbie Johnson does. He's UNC commit. Not only winning face-offs, but a big ground ball picking up off the wing.
So the second for Caciabato. Rooney with the assist, and we are tied at 3. The Friars, again, with possession here.
I think that's what Coach Weiserick was talking about, the depth, the athleticism of this group, a cohesive group. You saw that all on one play, right? A tough GB leads to one more passing and a goal.
And there is Johnson. That's Aiden Trumbull on him, the Holy Cross commit. And what do we got? Well, Reese. Ball was on the field. It is a windy afternoon here in South Huntington.
Yeah, Johnston going to Johns Hopkins. 31 goals last year, 40 points for St. Anthony's.
Johnson with speed. Little hitch, and there's the pickoff. We go the other way. That's Max Pasquale. Errant pass, though, out of bounds. It'll go back to St. Anthony's, and let's see if, again, Culver will go 10-man here.
Yeah, Pasquale, real good player on the football team, plays great angles. You see it there. Team D guy from Cali.
Well, sticks are up, and that means the 10-man is up.
Yeah, you see 3. There's the 4th guy coming up, Pasquale. The deep is open. Caciabato in the corner, if you can see him.
Riker, look out, 1v3.
It's what you want in a 10-man. Aggressive, double, triple teams.
I think we got a push there against St. Anthony's. It was back a little bit, so they'll back this restart up.
Yeah, St. Anthony's been getting that ball in the middle of the field against the 10-man, kind of what Culver wants with the 4 across. Got to look for the corners. Caciabato was open, deep.
Kennedy at X. Now Prater coming out of the box.
Culver played really good offense, but Rappaport saved everything in the first quarter. They've gotten their 3 goals off of just scrapping and riding.
Kennedy to Prater. Good D on him, Lasco. They work it to X. Little screen set up as well. Slide comes. We reverse things. The feed in front, another save by Rappaport.
Absolute robbery on Skane. Rappaport stood on his head in the first quarter.
And when you make saves like that, it's hard then to get the 10-man going. So now the Friars avoid that, and they get into their offense with Rooney.
Yeah, you want to make clean saves or clean ground balls, get it out before Culver can set up their ride. I think that was Sueda on the pass. Nice look inside to Skane. Rappaport stood tall.
There is Dale. Works it to X.
Blew a tire. His shoe was on the ground.
Yeah, he ran so fast. He lost the cleat.
See how confident Harmon is in the clear. Willingness to throw quick outlets.
It is Skane walking that tightrope along the far sideline. And now downhill comes Culver. Kennedy rounds the cage. Kennedy!
That's been a great matchup so far, him going against Pat Heron, the Navy commit. This is why he's one of the top sophomores in the entire country. Unbelievable job getting top side, finding an empty spot offside of the cage. Kennedy, unbelievable, from Tennessee. Do it all, quarterback. See how confident he is. Probably his third or fourth shot already. First goal.
So Johnson and Standfast back at the face-off X. These are the two who started things. And you can see the conversation with the official, too. We've seen, I think, Standfast go early a couple of times. So good job by the officials there, just having a quick conversation. I mean, ultimately, you want these guys to fight it out themselves. Johnson, clean win. Early offense. That wide shot there by Rooney.
Yeah, great hustle by Harmon as well as the defenders. No backup for St. Anthony's as Cacciabato was front swinging in transition. But Robbie Johnson starting to heat up at the X.
And now Culver the other way. Another save by Rappaport.
Yeah, that was a really good one off hip. Got that top hand across, bang.
Quick transition. The one more by Rooney. That shot was saved. It was Gavin Snyder with the attempt. The Snyder name is certainly well known around these parts of these lacrosse fields.
Yeah, Barrett Carter might have gotten a stuff on that. The senior 6'3" defenseman going to RIT to play for Coach Kuhn.
Up top, that's Jacob Chapman, bound for Air Force, hands it off. Coming downhill is Tommy Standfast. He is the youngest of the Standfast foursome. And there's that bat down, you said, right? The little hockey backhand, trying to go from Bramoff to Reichert. And again, doubled. We come the other way.
Got numbers.
Good defense by St. Anthony's.
Yeah, good job by Bramoff getting a stick on the hands. Good inside cut by Sueda. He's a sophomore, but he has a nose for the goal.
Kennedy trying to go GLE. Now back up to Chapman. Bennett Hendricks. There is 5 on the shot clock. And we'll go the other way.
Yeah, moving pick.
And there is Cacciabato. 2 goals on the day for the senior from Garden City, bound for North Carolina, where once he gets on campus, first of all, he'll have plenty of current teammates there, but he'll have some former teammates as well.
This is a big possession for St. A's. I think it's important to utilize some of the clock here. You've played a lot of defense the last few minutes. Get a good shot here.
Yeah, Jake Johnston up top. Rooney inverted to Harrigan. And Harrigan's another one of those guys, right? He can play on the attack line. He can play in the midfield. Deep and versatile is this St. Anthony's team. Harrigan, quick ball movement, and there is the shot by Cacciabato. Got hammered for it. Possession stays with the Friars.
Yeah, Culver looking to getting their poles on the outside. Might have slipped into a little bit of a zone there. Looks like back to man.
Good size from Gavin Snyder. Played a little hoops for Sal Logano's side this winter. That shot, the duck by Cacciabato, the save by Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon's really explosive, really good at catching the ball. A lot of trust in him. Nice clean save. That's going to be an interesting matchup, right? You have Andrew Scarlett, the long stick, going to Hopkins, guarding Maryland Harrigan, lefty on lefty. Not the easiest covers.
Kennedy again tries to navigate. This time he hands off. Gets the return pass. GLE is closed off, so he'll hand off to Lamoureux. He's got a goal on this game.
Yeah, McHugh guarding him, senior, going to Hobart, lunch pail type kid, all league football.
Here comes Prater! The Syracuse commit gets his first of the game.
You see the quicks, right? You have a great shooter with this type of speed. He just has a knack of getting his hands free. See how he dipped his shoulder, got a bit physical, protected his stick. Nice job to beat Rappaport to the 5-hole. Syracuse is getting a really good one in the 5'11", Parker Prater.
Out of Kathleen, Georgia.
Just a nightmare when he gets his hands free. Kind of dipped, got some space, then protected his stick. Well done.
Culver, number 25, Russell Bostic.
Johnson and Bosick.
Bosick, only a freshman.
And the wing play activated, and the win for Culver as the ground ball picked up by Max Baker. We'll have a push in the back against the Friars.
Yeah, Baker's real strong, Air Force commit.
Lamoureux will restart. Tommy Standfast. Back to Kennedy. Little hitch. Look at Bramoff. Great defense by him. And now Reichert looking for the ball. It's still loose. And it was won by Culver.
Yeah, we had him as 18, but 16 is Sanchez Rucker, right, a sophomore, 5'11", just a dynamic athlete, played a lot of D-mid last year, but's gotten so much better with his stick, unbelievable athlete.
Kennedy to X. Space, and there's a shot high by Rucker.
Great job by Lamoureux, only 5'9" from Ottawa. But you see how he dipped his shoulder, created space. Nice drift by Rucker. Didn't miss that corner by much.
Kennedy on the restart. Lamoureux change of direction.
A lot of two guys inside for Culver, kind of working together.
Rucker. Here is Chapman trying to get top side. Chapman, the feed. Gets it to Sueda. Low to low. And the shot clock had already expired.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is eat that as Rappaport, or it wouldn't count. Man.
Rappaport airmails it looking for Reichert, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover against this 10-man for the Friars.
Yeah, that's why a lot of coaches love the 10-man. It kind of takes on its own identity. It gets in your head, and it's very tough to get out.
And you especially want to utilize it against a team playing in game number 1 of their season.
Yeah, some guys in different spots. Some guys who are used to playing down low, playing up top.
That was Delaney, hands off. The bouncer. That was Skane. It'll stay with Culver.
Yeah, nice move by Skane, getting to top side. High bounce shot.
Delaney working on Johnston. Don't think that he's hung up. He's an unbelievable player on this side of the ball for the Friars. And there is evidence of it.
Yeah, as good of a two-way midi in the country. Just trust him on the ball just like you would a pole.
Bramoff, Rooney, Cacciabato, back to Bramoff, in and out of his stick. And it is picked off. That was Andrew Scarlett, the Hopkins-bound LSM. The Friars going to try to ride a little bit here.
Yeah, Coach Weiserich's definitely going to talk about that. You know, you play a lot of defense. You got to value the ball down in the offensive end.
Yeah, we don't have like time of possession or anything like that, but this has been heavily tilted this way for Culver in this first half.
Yeah, because even with the stops, right, you get the ride backs.
Prater again, his second of the game, and Culver takes the 5-3 lead.
Exactly what I was talking about before, just a hands-free nightmare. He can use picks, slips. Look at this under move. Right underneath, gets under, dips his shoulder, far side. Kind of that shooting motion you're used to seeing on this field by Brendan O'Neill. Kind of drops the shoulder, hits that far corner. Prater, real deal, going to Cuse.
And then Prater starts swimming behind the goal for his celebration. Excuse me, that's a 6-3 lead now. 2 goals for Kennedy and Prater, 1 from Lamoureux and Sueda.
You know, St. A's got the stop. Johnston got a stop. They brought it down, turned it over. Right now it ends up in the back of the net for the Eagles.
It's a big face-off and pretty important possession here late in the first half here for the Friars.
We've seen a lot of St. Anthony's transition possessions. We haven't really been able to see a lot of the 6-on-6 possessions. Look to get a good one here.
That is Dale with the ball as the Friars will look to talk things over. Heron Law proudly wishes St. Anthony's varsity boys lacrosse a successful 2026 season. Heron Law offers personal, goal-oriented legal services built on faith, family, and home. With offices in East Islip and Hauppauge, call Heron Law at 631-241-5442. The Long Island Press and LongIslandPress.com deliver bold, independent journalism focused on the issues, culture, business, and communities that make Long Island unique, from local arts, food, and events to local politics and investigative reporting. It keeps readers connected to what's happening across Nassau and Suffolk. If you care about Long Island, the Press is your go-to source for stories that matter. And the story right now that matters, Soap, is a chance to kind of regroup here and set something up for St. Anthony's in these final 37.6 seconds.
Bit of quarter dominated by Culver, 7 shots for them, 4 turnovers for St. Anthony's. Let's see, you know, they've inverted a bunch, right? Maybe look to get it on the invert, draw a slide. Culver might be in zone. Let's see.
At the bare minimum here, though, Soap, you do want to get a quality shot off. against a really good goalie in Harmon.
Yeah,
There is Harrigan.
Yeah, it looks Culver talking about their matchups.
And right now it's a short stick for Harrigan. Feet up top.
Yeah, it's zone. Culver's
Johnston.
Good job by Culver, kind of disguising it, kind of passing guys off, but they're in zone. Well done, Coach Euchre.
Harrigan with 2, with 1. Harrigan saved by Harmon. And that is the way this first half comes to a close. Coming off the plane yesterday, it's been all business here for Culver and Mr. Prater.
Yeah, Prater showed his ability to score from both sides of the net. You saw the trust Coach Euchre had in his defense. Watch this move under his foot in the ground, get underneath, dip that shoulder, top corner. Are you kidding me with that finish? And he's a little swimming on the ground. It's not that hot out, Mr. Prater.
Hey, he's on the island. He wants to swim. Halftime here. It is Culver with a 6-3 lead against St. Anthony's and the Varsity Media Sports Network.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Merrill, he's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off, X3 in a row now.
Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosts the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and the quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media. For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job of exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media has been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Trophy Hut is a complete awards center established since 1971 with over 50 years of experience providing high-quality, personalized recognition products to customers in the professional, collegiate, and high school markets. The company specializes in custom trophies, plaques, medals, certificates, acrylic awards, crystal items, chenille letters, banners, custom signs, display cases, and more, all with personalized engraving, logos, and designs to bring ideas to life through one-on-one service, on-site graphic artists, and production teams. Visit www.trophyhut.com. About set here for the start of quarter number 3. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew. Good look there at Culver's stud goalie, Bodie Harmon, the Duke-bound junior. Had a solid first half for his guys.
Yeah, he plays with that wide base. He plays great positioning. I mentioned in the beginning, right, Ward Melville, great, PLL, great, right, Greg Catrano reminds me of the Cat in there, 5-star recruit. I was talking to some of the Duke staff. They're really excited about his, seeing how he does when he gets onto campus, but still only a junior, future bright.
Yeah, these are two of the top teams in the country. Culver, 2-0 on the season, with a couple of wins down in Texas, beating Dallas Jesuit, as well as Highland Park. As you see there, the USA Lacrosse Magazine National Top 10. See St. Anthony's at number 4. And there you see, coming at 9, Culver. A lot of zeros on the Northeast teams. We're just getting started here.
Yeah, Chaminade's got a game this afternoon against
Loyola Blakefield, yeah.
Yeah, so Long Island's hot today. We got Providence Duke down the street. We got Culver St. A's here, Chaminade, Loyola. It's back, baby.
So back to the face-off X. Paulie Lenigro will take the first one of the third quarter. Lenigro was really thrust into duty last year with Mikey Riley when Robbie Johnson in that first game against Culver in the third face-off went down injured.
Yeah, Lenigro going to go to Wingate, pinch and pop type guy, great combo with Johnson. Going to go play for Tim Boyle, who we know here on the island, won a championship for Dowling in 2012.
And he's facing off against Russell Bosick, that tactician. Clean win for Lenigro. Paulie Lenigro goes low, and Harmon the save. What a juice goal that would have been. Our first flag, though, of the game.
Yeah, great job. Watch this. We said it, little pinch, pop, get out the front, get on his feet, off to the races. Only thing that beats a good shot is a great save. You see that by Harmon, sprawls out. Unbelievable job.
So the head contact results in a one-man man-up for the Friars. First for either team, so.
Yeah, and again, early season, special teams. See how they go for St. A's, but they got a lot of weapons out there.
And here's one of them, the young stud in Dale.
Yeah, you see Rooney at X, the quarterback. Start 1-3-2. Cacciabato drawing a ton of attention inside.
Rooney, Johnston now inside.
Yeah, cut to a 1-4.
Cacciabato up top.
Probably roll out of this, carry. Here it comes.
Dale. Cacciabato. Back to Rooney and Johnston. Loda high, the finish by Johnston. 77 with a rip. What a start to the third quarter for the Friars.
Just a great patient man up. They changed sets a couple of times. Nice pass here. Watch this by Dale. They got 3 guys up top. Little touch pass. Whoop, right off the ear. Buzzed the tower. Scraped the ground. Jake Johnston, grandson of Jack, the great Jack Emmer. Unbelievable player, 5-star, captain of this St. Anthony's team. Great start coming out of the second half for St. Anthony's.
So 1 for 1 and the man up.
Just patient. They went 1-3-2 to 1-4, carried, got 3-on-2 up top and capitalized.
Stand fast with the face-off win. And now Culver, their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, one guy who didn't want to see halftime was Rappaport. He's seeing the ball really well in that first half.
Here's Kennedy 2 goals in the first half for him. Good ball movement, reverse for Lamoureux. Lamoureux also a goal in the first half, and the finish in front. How about it, Nate Zander?
Yeah, lift off for Zander, right? Air Force commit, versatile, natural attackman. You see his ability to find space. Look at the Yale commit. Head up, the Canadian. Little slip pass. Zander finishes it. Unbelievable job. Great find by Lamoureux. But you see the skill set of Zander, that former attackman.
Yeah, Zander was super close to committing to MIT, and then here comes Air Force swooping in the 11th hour.
Yeah, Billy Wilson, Air Force.
So his first of the game, now a goal and an assist for Lamoureux. Push, St. Anthony's possession.
Yeah, it's just a subtle look by Lamoureux, right? His brother Austin was an All-American at Limestone. Really slick box playing family. Able to fit a feed into a tight window.
Harrigan comes out of the box. Dale comes out. Here comes Mancaruso. Tough, athletic kid.
Yeah, Dad played football at Georgia Tech.
Here he is. Anthony, wide receiver in the fall, shakes his man and brings the heat. Just misses the cage, though.
Yeah, you see what he brings to the table, his athleticism, strong.
Ronayne on the restart.
You know, you kind of like rotating him and Dale on that first line. You got speed and power, thunder and lightning.
Johnston looks to come downhill. Ooh, the bouncer. I think everyone thought he was just going to round the cage, right? And then some deception out of Jake Johnston.
Yeah, he does it all. D-O, wings, can run, can shoot.
And there's Rooney again, inverted. Back out to Harrigan. Now Mancaruso's got the short stick matchup. Lowers the shoulder. Mancaruso! Save by Harmon up high.
That's the positioning, right? He's an explosive athlete, but plays great position in the goal. Gives you nothing to shoot at.
Nice GB by Cacciabato, which keeps this possession alive.
Yeah, Cacciabato, I think that's a goal of him this year, become an all-around attackman. We know he can score, but do the other things, right? GBs, ride. UNC's getting a good one.
We can cut out that little phrase you said there and paste it for so many of these St. Anthony's guys, right? As Harrigan. Oh, great pickoff. But look at Johnston. The ride back gets the ball. The feed in front. Again, Harmon denying Cacciabato.
Yeah, shuts the door. 5 shots for St. A's this quarter. Harmon stands tall.
Now Trumbull the other way. Will they go quick? The spin by Kennedy. Good recovery by the Friars. Back to Lamoureux.
That's a coach's kid right there. I think he realized we played about 4 or 5 minutes of defense, and he had his hands free, but said, you know what? Let's play 6-on-6.
Kennedy off the screen. Harassed by Lasco.
See how confident he is carrying the ball? Like, that's, you can't teach that.
Delaney works it to X. And back up top to Prater. What a great first half Parker Prater had.
Yeah, he's a goalie nightmare. You want to make sure you're all on his hands.
That errant pass scooped up. Little hit from behind. No foul, so we continue. And the save by Rappaport.
Little chicken wing save by Rappaport.
We know you love your wings.
I love when you get a piece of that with that chicken wing.
And that was one of those hot wings.
He's made a couple real good off stick. He really improved his conditioning this summer.
Look at Lamoureux.
Yeah, tell me you're a Canadian without telling me you're a Canadian right there. 5'9", but plays about 6'2". Highly skilled. Tries a crowbar here.
Well, watch Riker gets up high. That's going to be the penalty here. But Lamoureux's like, I don't care. I'm still going to go 5-hole.
Yeah, he absorbs it and keeps his feet moving, right? If you stop on that crowbar, right, he can stop your momentum, but he keeps his feet moving. He's run through it, used to playing box lacrosse. Just an unbelievable skill by him. We saw him with a nice little spot feed before. Now he scores a G. Nice job by Bryson Lamoureux.
And Culver again with the 4-goal lead. Stand fast. Chased down by Johnston. This ball still alive. And stand fast comes away, at least momentarily. And now the pole picks it up. That was Scarlett, the LSM, in possession again now for the Eagles.
Yeah, you see, that's Jeff Standfast. He's a really good face-off guy, but he really likes to get those 50-50 situations. Feels like he can come out with it most of the time with his strength and athleticism, kind of like going into the corner to get a puck.
Sanchez Rucker, the spin and the rip by Jacob Chapman. They call him Chap. And what a goal for the senior bound for Air Force.
Yeah, Coach Euchre said he's blossomed. Well, this unbelievable. Look at this. They can't teach that athleticism by Rucker. Boom, right, explodes the pipe. Nice shot by Chapman. But what a great dodge by the sophomore Rucker. You see that at speed and athleticism. Really has some dynamic moves in space, and you saw it there.
Chapman was one of those late bloomers, right, in the fall when he finally got hot, played really well, and that's when Air Force came in for the commitment.
Yeah, Dad's an Army officer, so you know he knows about work ethic and really earned his spot out there for this really good Culver team.
Face-off win for Bosick. Now Culver looking to maybe tack on another goal and really put some pressure on the Friars here. Game number 1 for St. Anthony's. It is the 3rd game for Culver. You also sprinkle in about 3 or 4 scrimmages as well. Culver with about a month lead up ahead of St. Anthony's to start this season. It's kind of the way of the lacrosse world these days, right? The teams that are maybe not Northeast teams already have a handful of games. Great back check there by Reichert.
Yeah, Reichert, going to Towson, captain, at times the MVP of the St. A squad last year.
Aaron pass goes all the way out to the other side. We'll have a push in the back. So Culver gets the ball back.
This Culver offense is really scary, right? And we'll mention later, but they're missing arguably one of their better guys, right? Riley Woods, the junior, going to Princeton.
Well, you wouldn't know it the way that they're humming this afternoon as another loose ball picked up.
Yeah, great job by Gavin Johnston.
And here comes Bramoff, Reichert, Rooney, ducks under, Rooney!
It's been the best recipe for St. Anthony's today. Get out in transition, right? Gavin Johnston finds Bramoff. Bramoff head up, Reichert, right? Unbelievable job getting underneath by Rooney. That's what he's known for, his ability to finish in tight. 22 goals last year for Danny Rooney, kind of filling in on that attack spot, becoming the guy.
And got really strong as the year went on last year. Had some early injury concerns with his ankle, with his shins. We saw it, though, in that championship game against Chaminade at Hofstra. What an impact he made in that one. Big first goal of the year for Danny Rooney.
Yeah, family that just scores goal. Dad, Tom, a great coach. Brothers Tommy and Jack were great players at St. Dom's as well as Siena and Merrimack.
So stand fast, another face-off win. Sueda, he got the party started today, and downhill comes Rucker. Another errant pass, some issues there, at least getting the ball back up top, and now the Friars looking to capitalize as Johnston with it. So good in transition to Rooney. Hammer, Rooney denied by Harmon.
Yeah, he got a shoulder on it. Great job in transition, right? Jake Johnston finds Rooney.
And there's Cachabato. Back to Rooney. And then Caruso opens the door for Harrigan to walk on.
Next goal is huge either way, right? Culver gets to 10-5. I think you get it to 9-6, right? It's really good for St. Anthony's trying to close out this third quarter.
Man Caruso on Ridgeway. And again, inverted for Rooney. Works off the Man Caruso pick. Now the return pass.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy for St. Anthony's in the 6-on-6. Real aggressive Culver defense.
Man Caruso, low, Harmon the save.
Yeah, that's an easy one for him. Going to start transition. That's kind of the first pass in that fast break, trying to beat a goalie like Harmon from out there with the left.
So they get to clear. And now they'll look to be patient as they make their substitutions. Kennedy low.
Second pipe that Kennedy's hit. You see how dynamic he is getting to his right hand.
Skane picks up the loose ball.
He was a high school All-American last year at Pope John Paul II.
Prater tried to go low to high on the spin. Shoots it wide. Coming out of the box. Look at this. Hayden Delaney.
It's the second really nice play we've seen from Nate Zander. Kind of catch St. Anthony's in a bit of a sub game. Hayden Delaney comes out of the box like he's shot out of a cannon. The Dartmouth commit. Four-star. Going to play for Kerwin at Dartmouth. Do it all. He's a captain. Kind of known for his leadership and calming presence. Nothing calm about that dodge
No.
out of the box.
That was a lot of noise coming downhill, heading towards Wolf Hill Road. Bosick and Lenigro. Lenigro wins it back to himself. And again, Culver has doubled up St. Anthony's with a 10-5 lead.
10-man. Yep.
Now Cachabato to Rooney.
St. Anthony's has plenty of possessions this quarter. Some really good shots. 4 saves this quarter by Harmon. 8 shots by St. Anthony's.
And there is Dale. Scoops it to Rooney. Rooney's got to deal with Flint Leverett.
Yeah, Princeton's been playing some D this year, and they're going to get Leverett.
Dale making it tough there for Rooney. Gets his own ground ball back. There's 6, though, on the shot clock.
Yeah, spacing wasn't good there. Just Culver just pressing out all over the place, making it tough for any ball carrier.
And that's the thing, again, they've kept that culture continued with Euchre at the helm of just getting in your face, being super aggressive all over the field, making you uncomfortable. Here is Kennedy.
Can't get over how confident he is carrying the ball. Had 2 guys kind of swinging and just like backs it out like it's no problem.
Final minute of the third quarter. Save by Rappaport. Loose ball slinged out. Sueda picks it up. It's on the turf. And here come the Friars the other way. It is Rooney. They would love to get one here late.
Yeah, Gavin Johnson, the junior. The brother.
Rooney, side netting. And you can see, too, Johnston came out. They were trying to do the same thing to Culver that Culver was successful at, but Great recognition by the Eagles picking that up. What a shot and a finish! Rooney!
Oh, Danny boy, show him your backhand. Senior step up, right? You need it. You need a goal. Selling out, under 10 seconds to go. Shovels will go for 55. Much needed goal to cut this to 4 by Danny Rooney, really gutting it out here in the third quarter. Just smart, right? Recognizing time. Gotta go, gotta get a shot.
Johnson. And the quarter comes to an end, but maybe a little bit of a juice moment here for the Friars. Hey, the pipes weren't calling for Danny Boy. He saw all net.
Yeah, does a swim move here. Again, why go left when you can shovel it right? Unbelievable job by him. Friars need a fourth quarter explosion, right, to beat the Eagles today.
10-6 Culver after 3 in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Trophy Hut is a complete awards center established since 1971 with over 50 years of experience providing high-quality, personalized recognition products to customers in the professional, collegiate, and high school markets. The company specializes in custom trophies, plaques, medals, certificates, acrylic awards, crystal items, chenille letters, banners, custom signs, display cases, and more, all with personalized engraving, logos, and designs to bring ideas to life through one-on-one service, on-site graphics artists, and production teams. Visit www.trophyhut.com. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper here. Start of quarter number 4. And Robbie Johnson wins the face-off. Johnson, the trail check and the high hit. Johnson, we certainly hope he's okay, and now some temperatures raise, and you understand that by Bramoff, because that was a high hit against Johnson. This is going to be very interesting, Soap, at the decision by the officials here.
Yeah, off the face-off. Kind of got the ball checked out, took a high hit. I think it was Pasquale.
I mean, to me, this is going to be a locked-in situation. It's only a matter of how long.
Yeah, you love to see St. Anthony sticking up for their team. St. Anthony's has done a good job winning the first few seconds of each quarter.
Headshot, 2 minutes. That'll be locked in for Pasquale. So the second man up now for the Friars. They're 1 for 1 with the extra man. And you're right. You love to see that from Bramoff.
You know, that's your face-off guy. That's your guy, all right, senior class. Battled a ton of injuries last year. Was hurt in the Culver game last year.
So again, 11:47 left. We just started the fourth quarter. And St. Anthony's 2 minutes locked in.
Very patient man up, 1 for 1 for St. A's on the day.
Harrigan up top.
Starting in a 3-3 look.
Rooney back to Johnston.
Kind of like a sideways 3-3.
Dale up top there as well.
Now you got Cacciabato inside.
Dale! The young buck with a huge goal.
Again, this is locked in. This could be the momentum swinger. They're playing, good job rotating. They're playing two guys up top against the three. The sophomore says, you're not going to respect me. I'm going to bury it. Could be the juice that St. Anthony's is looking for. That's a talented sophomore with the confidence.
And so he showed it, right, a few times. Like, you're not coming to me? So now the man up, face off.
Culver, number 15, just stand fast. Number 16, Paul Lanago.
So Bramoff here, you see it at the bottom of your screen, or you saw it there for a moment. He's alone here, so if you're Lonigro, you want to try to win it this way.
Yeah, Weiserick said that Dale is probably the fastest kid we've ever had here at St. Anthony's. That's saying something, and a little speed on that shot as well.
A little conversation. The Culver guys thought that maybe Lonigro jumped.
This is big if you can get the momentum for St. A's. They're 2 for 2 on the man up.
He wins it backwards. The ground ball picked up. Lost, though. That's huge for Culver.
Yeah, Lamoureux as well as Standfast kind of rode that back.
And then Sueda picked it up.
Culver.
Timeout for Culver. You mentioned it at the beginning. Culver shorthanded here. We were hoping we would see number 24, Riley Woods, for them. And you see him there, was warming up, not in uniform today, the junior bound for Princeton.
Yeah, 5-star recruit, 6 foot 175. I've heard comparisons to Zach Greer type player. Those are lofty words. 56 goals, 18 assists last year for him. When you go to a summer highlight and they have all of Riley Wood's 17 goals on the weekend, you know that he's an absolute stud. We wish him nothing but the best in his recovery. Hopefully he's back for the Eagles soon.
When you look at the last 3 years for Culver, it has been nothing but winning. And that's what you expect, right, from both of these programs. But a year ago, Culver winning that Prep National Championship, completing a 15-2 season. In doing so, you see they also made the semis and the finals in the previous 2 years. In that one, that was played down at USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland, and Culver opened the tournament with a 16-4 win over New Church in Pennsylvania, and they overcame a halftime deficit to beat IMG.
Nice job by St. A's with the double. 2 good pulls, Lasko and Bramoff double teaming the ball.
All right, so again, this is still...
You feel it, Dill? You feel the Momo? You feel it?
This is still man up for the Friars. As Pasquale locked in there for 2 minutes. 2 for 2 on the man up are the Friars.
Same set as before. See how they're like getting three guys on the offense, 2 guys playing them. That's advantage St. Anthony's.
Quick ball movement, Dale to Johnston, the return pass. Harrigan high, and Harmon the save.
That's such a huge save, and not only to save it, but to catch it. This is why the cat-like reflexes and the clear by Harmon.
Yeah, he put it into a small window that Prater was able to grab.
Confidence. Not only save it, but sling it.
There is Delaney now. Should be about another 10 seconds left in this man up. As Kennedy, and we are even now. Lamoureux, inside roll. Lamoureux! A Canadian hat trick.
Just dynamic. Just his ability to roll to that right hand, keep his feet moving, extra step to the middle. Apologize to that corner, Bryson.
Goal, scoring number 3, Bryson Lamoureux.
So Lamoureux with 3, Kennedy and Prater with 2 apiece. Sueda, Delaney, and Chapman with goals, as well as Xander has the lead 11-7. Good to see Robbie Johnson back in there.
Face-offs have been absolute wars.
Yeah.
The X and the wings combined.
Dale to Johnson, and now it is Harrigan. Johnson goes downhill.
Big to get one here. Lamoureux might have stole some of that mojo.
Johnson low. Harmon got a piece. Will stay with the Friars.
Harmon's been really good this second half. High, low, doesn't matter. Steals one there. Nice little two-man slip between Rooney and Johnson.
Here is Dale. He's got Ridgway, the shorty. Dale pumps the brakes, loses a tire. Does not lose the ball, though. Great work by the sophomore. You can see why his head coach, as a Harmon, makes another save denying Harrigan, called Dale a flat-out stud.
That save was unbelievable. Sidearm outlet. His ability to catch it, I think, separates him from a lot of goalies in the country.
And now you would, I was going to say, you would suspect some patience here, but no, from Kennedy, went to the cage. Picked off, and now the Friars look to come the other way with Heron pushing it ahead.
Yeah, Heron's playing a huge role for St. Anthony's this year. I think he's the key down there. You know what you're going to get from Bramoff. Kind of a new leadership role for Heron, the Navy commit. So far, so good today. Drawing a tough matchup in one of the best sophomores in P.J. Kennedy.
Bodie Harmon, 7 saves this half. Thank our boy Mike Hungerford out in sunny San Diego providing the stats here.
Yeah, I think Rappaport was great in the first half. I think Harmon's been great in the second half. Both goalies show why they're Division I level keepers.
Caruso, the errant pass, turnover, and it'll be Culver ball. Early on, it was the 10-man for Culver that really caused havoc against this St. Anthony's team, resulting in turnovers, resulting in a couple early goals as well.
Yeah, the first 3 goals by Culver were 2 on the 10-man and a rebound that Lamoureux put behind his back. Scrappy goals.
All right, now I'll say it again. Maybe some patience here from Culver with the lead. And again, they did not, as Rappaport with the save.
Saved by Rappaport.
Yeah, I mean, one of his keys was Coach Euchre was play fast. We had a system. Their system is all systems go. All gas, no break, 10-man, transition. You know, sometimes you live and die by it, right? Sometimes it can hurt you, but tons of talent to utilize that type of system. And trust in your defense down here and having one of the best goalies in the country.
Atkinson hands off, 11-7, the lead for Culver, the number 9 ranked team in the country. St. Anthony's coming in preseason number 4. Here is Rooney. Caruso hammered. Another flag is thrown, and we'll have another man-up opportunity for the Friars.
Yeah, man-up's been good for St. A's. Pasquale going to go to the box again. You know, Pasquale known for his toughness, right? Kind of, you know, on that line, right? BU commit, physical.
This will be a 1-minute slash.
Number 13, Matt Pasquale, 1 minute.
Yeah, Euchre's not happy with that call.
Six minutes remaining.
Back to that 1-3-2 look. Last time they cut into a 1-4 out of it, then they carried. Let's see if they go back to that look.
Ronayne. Dale dances at the top to Harrigan. The skip, knockdown.
Yeah, that's Andrew Scarlett, the 6'1", 195, Ontario. Great feet, great stick, really strong in his holds. You can see how strong he is, but shows off his wand there. We call that a got it.
Now man down offense for Culver. Sanchez Rucker. Swims, we're even now. Swims again. Feed to X and a timeout called by Culver.
Timeout, Culver.
We take a look, Soap, at, listen, there's a ton of D1 talent, a ton of college talent right now on this cover team. Look at this group of guys playing next level right now.
Yeah, Griffin Skane, unbelievable player for UPenn. Second team All-Ivy last year. Just unbelievable player. Menendez is playing down the street at Howard Middle School. One of the best lefty defenders in the country. Great feet. Luke Warrington also down the street playing for Duke. Parker Sorensen, North Carolina, just living in the top 1 or 2 players, teams in the country. And Sam Trumbull at Denver, right? Coach Brown, just unbelievable Culver alums. You know, guys like Zach Currier, Ethan Walker, right, some of the other great names that have donned, you know, the college jerseys coming from the great Culver program.
And we mentioned, too, they've got a ton of guys currently, right, Soap, who are bound for college.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, right? Duke, Prater. Also, I love the fact that it's like academies, right? You know, Culver, you know, a lot of service to our country, so God bless those kids. Unbelievable. Ivy League, service academies.
Yeah, that's 19 guys on this roster who are currently committed to play college lacrosse.
And forget it, you know, then you got these talented sophomores, right? Kennedy, Sueda. Only a matter of time. Rucker. Stand fast.
Good defense by the Friars.
Yeah, just reliable, right? Brody Riker, just so reliable. 45 GBs, 12 cost turnovers last year.
St. Anthony's going pole to pole there.
It's always good to find 77 in white.
Yeah. Johnston feeds the crease. Oh, man, Harmon again. Denies Rooney.
Not today, he says.
And the other issue here for St. Anthony's is Culver perfect on the clears as well.
You just see Harmon's confidence, right? Coach Euchre said, you know, he's playing his best lacrosse. He's like really excited for this kid. They meet every Tuesday in his office, right? That's a junior in high school, right, who's meeting with the coach to talk about the team and team defense. That's elite level stuff.
Delaney. Little hitch. Good D. Again, the Friars. They've picked that up as now, again, Culver will look to 10-man. At least they put the sticks up for it. It wasn't a 10-man, but it still resulted, that aggressive ride, in a turnover.
No easy outs.
Offside. Eagles. Harmon scampers back into his cage. The pole goal opportunity there by Bramoff. We saw in his numbers last year, scored a couple of goals as a junior.
If you're going to shoot that, he did a good job, right? You shoot for the pipes, you know, so that it doesn't get saved. It goes either goes in or goes out of bounds, and you back it up to save a possession.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the other part of it, right? Making sure you had the backup to keep the possession alive. Johnston now 11-7 the lead for Culver inside the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that Skane on the ball. You see his ability to play both ways.
We showed you his brother Griffin, but they maybe not even the best Skanes in their house, right? Oh, look at that. Low to low. Great shot and finish by Johnston, his second of the game.
Yeah, this kid is just so good. He's slippery. You know, his stick work is amazing. He can shoot both right-handed and left-handed. Hasn't been easy to beat Harmon this second half, but he uses a screen, shoots off the hip of the defender. One of my favorite players in the country, Jake Johnston. See why he's a 5-star. He's been doing it since he was the World Series of Youth Lacrosse MVP at U13. Doesn't matter. The kid gets it done.
Mentioning Skane there a second ago. How about Sister Izzy, Northwestern, All-American, 2-time Twarton Award?
The stats are just crazy, right? She had 483 points. You know, Griffin, 25 goals last year, 14 for the Quakes. Playing Harvard today. I haven't seen the score.
Well, here's the opportunity, right, for St. Anthony's.
It's like a 9.5, right? But Harmon's kind of like in the cage, but comes out when he sees something. Trust in Harmon to kind of make those decisions on the back end.
Man, Caruso out of the box.
You know, that makes goaltending fun, right? Not only are you getting hit with the lacrosse ball, but now you can be involved in the ride. You're involved in the 10-man. You're involved in clearing it.
Well, you said not only, so that means getting hit by a lacrosse ball is also part of the fun?
Oh, anyone does.
Here is Rooney. Tax all. And Aaron Pass trying to find Ronayne.
Yeah, you got Pasquale and Leverett around the ball, two very good defenders, both very good at timing doubles. Some of the spacing for St. Anthony's hasn't been great today. Those are things that are going to clean up as you continue to play. Remember, this is St. Anthony's first game.
Yeah, the Friars will go from here, and oh, by the way, take on Chaminade next. That shot's low by Kennedy.
You know, 11-8, right? It seems like, right? It seems like it's a bigger than 3 goals. But you know, some of the possessions have been short here for Culver. Some turnovers. St. Anthony's been good, capitalizing on it. If not for Harmon in the second half, this could be a different game.
As we approach the final minutes of regulation time. Culver, as they'll reset the shot clock. It looks like they'll improve to 3-0 on the season. They will stay on the East Coast, so they'll take the bus down to take on St. John's, DC, and then they'll take on Landon School.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were going home for a while. Just amazing, right, Culver? You got kids from all over the country being able to gel and play together.
And this will be Culver's first win against St. Anthony's. The Friars had taken the 3 previous meetings, and last year's meeting was almost a year to the day. So that was March 15th over at FDU. Close game, 9-7 win. Gary Merrill with 4 goals in that one, but Culver on this day, they'll get the win. They win this one 11-8.
Final score, Culver 11, St. Anthony 8.
So you can see what it means, though, for the guys from Culver. their first win.
Show your support, and everybody have a safe trip.
As now Euchre, he's got to find that hat. Just flew off his head as he was shaking hands with his assistant coaches. But congratulations to Culver on a well-earned win as they improve to 3-0, and St. Anthony's loses their opener here of the season. We'll take a quick break, and we'll bring you some more here from Cy Donnelly Field on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And it's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Back here at St. Anthony's as Culver wins this one 11-8. Trophy Hut is a complete awards center established since 1971 with over 50 years of experience providing high-quality personalized recognition products to customers in the professional, collegiate, and high school markets. The company specializes in custom trophies, plaques, medals, certificates, acrylic awards, crystal items, chenille letters, banners, custom signs, display cases, and more, all with personalized engraving, logos, and designs to bring ideas to life through one-on-one service, on-site graphic artists, and production teams. Visit www.trophyhut.com. And Heron Law proudly wishes the St. Anthony's varsity boys lacrosse a successful 2026 season. Heron Law offers personal, goal-oriented legal services built on faith, family, and home. With offices in East Islip and Hauppauge, call Heron Law at 631-241-5442. And the Long Island Press and LongIslandPress.com deliver bold, independent journalism focused on the issues, culture, business, and communities that make Long Island unique, from local arts, food, and events to local politics and investigative reporting. It keeps readers connected to what's happening across Nassau and Suffolk. If you care about Long Island, the Press is your go-to source for stories that matter. And Brian Soper, the Long Island Press, is also here to bring you the save of the game. And it was Dylan Rappaport trying to rally his troops in the second half.
Boom, right, unbelievable save, in tight, right, swing your hands, chicken wing save. Unbelievable job by him. I think the shooters needed some lawyers today, right, and as well as getting some press because these goalies were really good, today, both players, but this one takes the cake, right? Nothing but an elbow in the way of that goal. Doesn't even rub it. Unbelievable job. Both goalies, Rappaport first half, right, and Bodie Harmon second half. Tip my cap to both goaltenders, but save of the day goes to Rappaport.
Yeah, congratulations. That's the Long Island Press save of the game for Dylan Rappaport. They have a cool ceremony here post-game that we'll fill you in on a little bit. across the way, we've got a beautiful indoor complex here at St. Anthony's, and before the start of this game, they had the Relay for Life, where they raised over $50,000 for cancer research. And here in this post-game, they are remembering a couple of former Friars. Number 14 was Colin Clive, and number 52 is Robbie Urban. Both of those young men played here for Keith Weiserick and unfortunately lost their battles to cancer. But what a great community event this is, and they'll have a couple of words, I think, here from Coach Weiserick, and then you see on the track, if we can pan out a little bit, they're going to take one more lap around with the families of those young boys and the final part of that Relay for Life. Really, really nice stuff here from St. Anthony's.
Relay for Life, unfortunately we have to do these things. Nothing worse than cancer, but forget about it when it involves children as well as young adults. The St. Anthony's community here, every time we've done a game here, has been amazing. Their crowds, teams come out, support each other. The youth come out and support, and they do a tremendous job, right? Let's hope one day where we can end cancer, great for these young kids, to do this. I think the lacrosse community is very good at rallying around tragedy, unfortunately, and sad to see. But these young men's legacy lives on with events like this.
And you can see Keith Weiserick there with handshakes and hugs to those involved, and I think eventually he'll make his way over to the microphone to say a few words.
I think sometimes we have to get reminded that lacrosse is just a game, right? And that, I'm sure St. Anthony's and Coach Weiserick are not happy about losing.
Oh, of course.
But, there's a lot more to life than winning and losing. And thank God we get the opportunity to call these games as well as these young men to play this great lacrosse game known as the medicine game that can do so much for healing.
And to your point, I've always, and you detailed it really well there, so I feel like that's always been the case in this lacrosse community, right? And as you said, whether it's 9/11 or a horrible car accident that affected the Manhasset community so much, whatever that tragedy is, this Long Island community has really stepped up. As we'll now see if we can pick up what Keith Weiserick is saying down in the field.
With the Relay for Life that the school held earlier today, and the whole day being, in honor of Colin Clive, class of 2010, and Robbie Urban, class of 2024. It's very special. Also puts the battle that just went on that field in perspective, right? Where life is precious, and the gifts we share and the camaraderie we build here at St. Anthony's, which is the cornerstone of what the Franciscan Brothers in this school is about, transcends anything that might happen on the athletic field. And the thing that's more enriching the longer I'm part of this is the commitment and the love that you see fellow alumni here, and it's a message we share with the boys all the time and our coaches share, that it's bigger than just this season or this moment. Friars Forever is a true belief that the school holds, and that we truly try to impart every day with these boys in every competition. Obviously, you want the outcomes to be victories, but the biggest thing and the most gratifying thing is when an event like this is held, and you see the support and the alumni coming back, and we're blessed to have alumni on the staff as well. It's just a very special and humbling thing as the coach of this program, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So first thing we're going to do here is have Jimbo J. who I haven't seen in, my God, I don't think since maybe 2 years after he graduated. And I haven't aged, as I said earlier, because I see some of these kids that coach these, I'm calling them kids with children of their own. So somehow along the line, I don't know how that happened either. But Jimbo's going to come up and say a few words about his classmate and good friend, Colin Clive.
Yeah, first off, just wanted to say, thanks to Coach Weiserick and just the school in general for the opportunity to talk about Colin. I graduated with Colin back in 2010. As he mentioned, we're great classmates. We have, Kenny over here. We have Joe. We're just absolutely honored to be able to be given the opportunity to honor Colin and really just talk about the impact that he had on the school. Especially for you guys, how important it is for you guys to understand how awesome it is to have teammates like you do. That's really what I got from Colin. He was one of the best people, friends, teammates, leaders that you would ever meet in your life. It's something that's tough to understand, when you're, at this point in your life, but, once you kind of go through life and you understand and you guys kind of graduate, you'll see how important it is to have teammates and friends that are, as good as Colin was. He truly made an impact on everyone's life. Even through everything that he went through with his battle with brain cancer, and unfortunately we lost him just a little over 3 years ago. We really got the opportunity to even see how strong he was during that fight as well. He was truly just amazing through the entire thing. Got to, really talk to him throughout the entire time, but he, showed such an impact, and he really showed how, respectful and how friendly he was, to all of us. And, every one of my teammates, everyone that he ever played against would say the exact same thing. From St. Anthony's to Siena, he really was just the greatest person you would ever meet in your entire life, and I'm really inspired and honored to be able to, give him the time of day today. And you guys, again, like I mentioned, just understand how important this relationship is that you guys have with each one of your teammates, because it's something you'll truly never forget. And as you guys move on to college, you'll see the same exact thing. So again, I really appreciate having a couple of minutes to talk about college today. And I appreciate Coach, Joe, everyone giving me the time to speak about college today. I love you, man. So thank you again.
Thank you, Jimbo. Again, when you see alumni come back and be so, West Point graduate in particular, just to see the growth and the man and the person he's become, it's just tremendous. On behalf of the Urbans, obviously, things are still so new and so raw with Robbie, and still so, unexplainable, really. Tragically lost Robbie his freshman year at Providence, and I just remember it just sent shockwaves through the community, through the program, and obviously through the Urban family. We were in touch throughout, and I coach here a long time. We have 50 varsity players every year, probably 150 in the program. Okay, you don't get the time to do a deep dive into each child all the time. You try to connect as much as you can. Robbie was a kid who came for over an hour, right, Mr. and Mrs. Herbert, every day. And not because it was, Dad's legacy or Mom's idea, it was all Robbie. He knew about the school, the program, and he wanted so hard to be a part of it. He put so much effort into it. At times where they would say, you don't have to go an hour plus each day, but he wanted to do it. And anybody who took the time to know him, and it took us, we have a scramble for tryouts every year. And, he would make a play here and there, and I think initially to get ready for another early game, I think it was against Culver also, I'm like, what guys, you guys are going to travel. You aren't going to travel. And I said, Robbie, he smiled, he said, thank you, Coach, I just want to be part of the team. Within 2 weeks, he was traveling with us, too, because he would just come to everything with maximum effort, with a smile on his face, never asking anything, never questioning anything. And you realize after and speaking to the family and seeing his memorabilia and different things, the impact the school and the program had on his everyday life. And again, I try to tell the boys before, we talk all the time just about the impact we each make on each other and the impact the school and the Franciscan Brothers make on our lives. And it truly did impact Robbie, and it was a special thing. And to see how his parents are working so hard to keep his memory and energy alive, and I make a vow to them that you will always be an integral part of this program and what we do. We have the Robbie Urban Award every year, and to the scout team player that just works every day, goes about his job, doesn't look for anything else but just to be there and be a part of things. And I still teased Owen Duffy, who's All-American in college. I think, where's Coach Schreiber? I think Robbie Urban used to strip Owen at least twice in practice every day. And unfortunately, poor Robbie then would take the wrath of Owen for the next 15 minutes of practice as he tried to score at will. But again, with a smile on his face and just a person. And if you spend any time with his mom and dad and their extended family, who I think are here, you'll understand where that came from. Just special people, and we remember him today. We wear his number on our helmets still, and he'll forever be embedded in our hearts. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our principal, Brother David, is going to have a few words now.
Thank you, everyone. This is a wonderful, wonderful event. This already raised nearly $50,000, $48,000. I'm sure more money will come in. Last night, there was a Hall of Fame. And when you think of that, the two people we're honoring right now, they are fame. And they are fame for all of you. For you to understand the beauty of the legacy of these two men, Colin and Robbie, who exemplify what every student at this school should be. And you have the privilege to now follow in their footsteps. And I know most of you, and I can say, deep down under, you live their legacy already by the things you do each and every day in that building. This is a wonderful moment for us to realize that the most important thing in our life is having someone that we can always look up to. And we're blessed that we can look up to these two men, Colin and Robbie. About him all the time, from his friends who thought he was a rock star, who did everything for him. And I was Robbie's principal, and he was gentle, kind, and would do anything for you. And that came from you, Mr. and Mrs. Urban. And it only got better when he was here because of young men like this. So today, we honor their memory. Today, we continue this fight, not just on a field, but on the fight to end a disease that takes loved ones from us. So what I want everyone to do today is remember, everyone in your life is so very special. Never, ever miss the chance to tell them, I love you, I thank you, and I want to be better. Never miss a day that you can do that. I would like us all to end this little ceremony by saying the prayer very loud that Jesus himself taught us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. Together, our Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Saint Anthony, Colin and Robbie, pray for us. Continue to make us better. Continue to help us become more like you. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. God bless each and every one of you for what you are, what you do, and what you will do. God bless you.
So we're at a ceremony after, and listen, huge credit to Barrett Carter. So Culver stayed for the entire ceremony. You could see that it very respectful, maybe a moment that is close to his heart, but we wanted to shout him out. I think that was really classy of him.
Yeah, Coach Uger says he does everything well. Well, that was pretty special what he just did. Just kudos to him. After a big win, all his boys are celebrating, and he was partaking in the ceremony.
And pretty special, too, by the St. Anthony's community here. Again, across the way, they raised more than $50,000 as part of the Relay for Life, which culminated with this ceremony where they remembered the lives of Colin Clive and Robbie Urban, a couple of former Friars gone way too soon. On this day, it was Culver who makes the road trip. They brought the 10-man ride, and PJ Kennedy will capitalize down low as Culver made some opening statements. But the Friars, they would respond. And Charlie Cacciabato with the finish. And then Culver, though, a little bit too much, though, from these guys. Jacob Chapman with that finish. Rooney gets inside, trying to keep the Friars alive here. And how about that step down from Dale on the man up? Even Jake Johnson gets involved, but it was too much Culver today on what was a very special day here for Friars Nation. I want to thank our entire Varsity Media crew. Our executive producer is Ben Turchin, our technical director, Becca Kazaks, for Peyton Brophy and Kevin Catalanano, bringing you all those great moving images. For my broadcast partner, Brian Soper, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Cy Donnelly Field, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.